Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to City Skylines. We're back in Cawfields and we're picking up exactly where we left off last episode by developing the Barlow agriculture area, which is our second farming zone in this city. Now there's a few things that we are missing. Number one, we don't have any of the processing buildings for this section of farm agriculture. So we're going to add in a flour mill. We're also going to add in a not a milking parlor. We don't actually have any cattle here, so we're going to have to add that in. We do have medium crop fields unlocked now, as well as medium fruit fields, and I believe we only have the small animal pastures. So we're going to put a couple of those in, and hopefully that will start to see an increase in the stuff that's going on here. We can then add in a cattle shed and a milking parlor and a slaughterhouse. Now we just need to make sure that these are producing adequate stuff and enough kind of income to allow these things to happen. Like, we don't have enough raw materials there, so we are going to need more small animal pastures until we get the larger ones unlocked at a better level. You can see though we're bringing in 30,000 a week, so the money that we have kind of lost a little bit, we're now starting to balance out because of the increased use of nice new buildings and getting in more commercial demand and stuff. But as you can see, that commercial demand is coming in thick and fast, so we're going to need to make sure that we're improving that as we go. But this is all looking pretty good. Now the one thing I do want to do is redevelop Willow Park here, and this might throttle things a little bit, but like I said, I think it needs to be done. So what I want to do is I want to just remove all of the zoning here, because at the moment we have the office, which is a little bit bigger than the commercial here. So what I want to do is I want to have the high density commercial zoning going on the outskirts, which is where we're going to get hotels and things in this part of the city. Then on the interior, we'll put in our offices, which are now going to be focused on tech and stuff. So if we can put a load of them in right in the middle here, that will hopefully just flip all of the buildings around, and you'll see them get demolished and then rebuild very quickly due to the demand for commercial. Once that's put in place, we should start seeing the tourism start to come up a little bit, because I think it's important that we start focusing on that now as our population hits 20,000. Now it might well be that I'm putting in a lot of stuff very prematurely here, and that could be why we're not making a great deal of money. But with our college starting to increase in stuff, I think it should be okay. In terms of academic works, we now need to produce another three, sorry. So we're going to go with hospitality this time, and that will hopefully start to increase our tourism. We do need more students. We've had a little bit of an issue where students have not been coming, and that could be due to a lack of population. So we want to make sure that we've got more students who can come in and actually start developing here. Now what I want to do is I want to build another trade school dormitory. If we just go to our trade school stuff here, you can see we have actually unlocked the School of Tourism and Travel. So we're going to build that now in this area, and that should provide a small boost to our level of tourism. So it does need to be in a campus area. We may need to expand the size of Aspen College, which was my original idea. So we'll go back over here and we will expand our area just over to this side here, where we do have some schools as well. And that will once again keep our education all in one area, and that'll really help us out as we continue to expand. So I'm going to continue bringing this all the way along to here. That road looks a little bit odd, but I think that's because I kept hitting the actual limits, the borders that we have there. Now Aspen Park, we do have it already extended over to there. The trade school outdoor study I think is right next to it. We then have a gymnasium which is being used, and the dormitories are a little bit emptier than I would like, so we do need to improve the attractiveness first. Now if we put in the new School of Tourism and Travel, which is a unique educational building that is only available to be built the once, and oh, we have now unlocked, I think we've got a gazebo 1 and 2. That is because Aspen Park has increased its level, which is very good. We've got the gymnasium and another study hall. These don't actually improve the attractiveness, I don't think. We'll just have a quick look at Aspen College's current attractiveness level. It is at 622 out of 900. So let's add in some other stuff here. We can put in a new book club and some extra supplementary buildings. I'll put another book club in. We'll also put in a new little plaza here. And I think we can add in a new library. Do we have a library already? Have a quick look. Oh, Cawfields Park has reached level 2, which means we can get the piggy train and rotating teacups. That's good. Dormitory, gymnasium. We've got 2 gymnasiums, which I don't think we need. We have a study hall, an admin building. We don't have a library. So let's pop a library down. And that should again continue to improve the attractiveness rating of the university. That will go in there, that's nice. And then the IT club, which we didn't put in last time, we'll pop that down on this side of the campus. And then we just want to make sure that we're running a nice little road going all the way through here, so we better put that in now. We'll add it along here. And we'll just try and have it going through. And matching up with this dormitory, I guess. To there, and then all the way along. Oh, that's a bit too far, so we'll just bring a path there. Yeah, okay, that works, that's nice. Then we can actually add in some more outdoor study. Maybe not, that's a bit too big. We will put another little plaza there. Oh, that's 2 right next to each other, that doesn't work. Sorry, that's a fountain, not a plaza. Get rid of that, go back to our education buildings, and we'll put another little cafeteria in then. Oh, we are now a grand city. Excellent. So we've unlocked the 3rd loan, a solar power plant, a bus, train, tram hub, a metro train monorail tram hub with a road, a baseball park, waste processing complex. Now that is the next thing that I want to do. So it sends out waste transfer trucks to pick up garbage from waste transfer facilities and landfill sites for further processing into energy and recycled materials. The complex cannot directly collect garbage from buildings, so it needs to go to a waste transfer facility. Which will then go to the complex. So that's something that we need to be aware of. So the transfer facility needs to be built first, followed by the waste processing complex. And then we can hopefully start making some adjustments here. Now, if I just have a look here, I've actually deleted that path. So we're going to need to, what we'll do is we'll put the cafeteria back down. Then we'll go back to our path and we will add in a brand new path that just comes up to the edge of our dormitory there. Our cafeteria, sorry, goes back to here and then links up with that main road. And then our students should have a place where they can just walk through, explore the grounds, get some food, go to the fountain and hang out. And then they've also got the IT club on that side as well. How's our attractiveness rating looking? 832 out of 900, which is very good. Let's see what else we can put in then. We do have another outdoor study area, which we could put down here. And that will give somewhere to go and play around and do some more studying. And I think we better put in another groundskeeper just to keep a nice maintenance level on everything here. We did also unlock the commencement office, which is an impressive building that provides a great venue for graduations. We also have the academic statue, which displays our academic feats. So we'll put the statue right here on the entrance, and then we'll put the graduation area right next to it. Right there. Then we put a little path going through. Let's see, can we get one here? Right, that's where that space is occupied, so we'll bring that down. Then we can bring this all the way up to here and run it all the way along so that it matches up with the main street there. Excellent. Right, okay, so Aspen College now has an attractiveness of 1052. We need more academic works, which we have a nice grant going for now, and we have a few more students coming onto campus as well, which is really, really good. We're only making 17,000 though. That's not good. We did play our first football match, which we won. That gave us 140,000, which is really, really nice to see. We're going to increase our ticket price for those matches up to 40. And then we'll have a quick look over at our basketball arena. We've won one and lost one, but our aquatic centre is doing very well with 3 wins and only 2 defeats this year. Having a quick look at our varsity sports though, you can see our basketball team have won 1 and lost 2, and our swimming team this year have won 1 and lost 3. So maybe more coaches are needed, but we don't really have the money to invest in that right now. It's just a shame that we can't continue to improve that, but once we get our education sorted out in our brand new district here, we should be able to see something going on very well there. We have some sick citizens here, so this is a little bit of a problem. We are going to need to add in some new medical care in this area. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my first hospital in. We'll put it right there, and then that will hopefully start helping out with the health issues. We'll put a little sauna at the back of our basketball stadium. And then we'll have a... Let's go with a... What else can we put in? Put a community pool in here as well. I think that would be a really nice boost to the health of our citizens. And a yoga garden, which we can put in our actual academic area as well. Hopefully the students will actually use it, but I'm not fully confident that that's going to be the case. We'll add in a larger fire station, and then we can put in a very large police station as well, a little police headquarters. We don't want to put a prison in here, but we will need to actually add one in. So let's put a prison over here. Or maybe we could put it out there. We kind of want it out somewhere where it's not really going to be an issue. So we can put it on this little roadside motorway there, and then that will hopefully get it sorted out. And then any kind of issues we can come to and get those prisoners locked up. Now, if we have a look at our education... Right, back into our education tab, you can see here, our elementary school usage, our capacity is only 1,150 and we have 2,000 eligible students. So if we add in a elementary school, or should we go with a community school? We put a community school in here because they fit in quite nicely. And then let's have a look at what our capacity goes up to. 1,400, which is not great. So we'll put another elementary school in just down here. That puts us up to 1,700. Have we got anything that's a little bit bigger for elementary schools? No, we don't. So we will just continue putting in some of these smaller schools here. I think we could do with another elementary school in here as well. So we'll just continue putting these in because this is a very large area here that we're going to need to continue to develop. So we'll put one on the edge of this street here, and that does bring us up to 2,000. Does it go any higher? 2,250. Right, high school. We're good on high school, but we could do with one a little bit closer to this part of the city. So let's get another Institute of Creative Arts, I think will do us because of the size. I don't want to use one of those large high schools because they might cause a bit of an issue with the amount of space that I've got. But we now have a larger capacity for high school, and hopefully our students will start going there. University capacity is huge, so that's fine. Public library, we've got plenty of usage there as well. Now, let's put some parks and stuff in here. We do need some leisure facilities for our citizens in this area, so we're going to put in a little carousel park down here. It will cause a house to be demolished, but that's fine. We'll cope with that. We'll add another tropical garden right next to the little education buildings that we've put in, and I want to put a botanical garden right here as well, and that'll give us a nice boost to the happiness of people there, which is really, really good to see. We put a bouncy castle park in down here, and then that once again sees us go a little bit further. Now, bouncy castle park right next to some pubs and stuff is not the best use of my space, but I'm pretty happy with how that looks anyway. The population demand has increased quite substantially and things are looking really good, but now it's time to do some waste management. So let's just pause things here. We'll go over to our waste, and what we want to do is build a brand new waste transfer facility. Now I'm going to build it over here where all of the other waste management stuff is. It might cause some issues with traffic, but I'll put it right on the edge there. And then we'll put a waste processing complex, which has a larger capacity of trucks and outputs 40 megawatts per week. So if we have a look at our other ones, they only put out... No, they're not putting out anything at the moment because they're not actually collecting any rubbish. So these are actually redundant at this moment in time. So we can get rid of all of them. And we have a load of recycling centres here, which I think are also redundant. We've got plenty of stuff there. And it's because actually we forced recycling upon our citizens in certain areas. Like Aspen here, we've got recycling going on. Now that's costing us quite a bit of money. So if we go back to our policies tab, you can see here there's slightly reduced garbage accumulation and slightly reduced tax income. If we take recycling off, they'll start building up garbage again. But because we have these waste processing centres, which have 25 garbage trucks, they will start filling up our waste transfer facilities, and we'll put in our new incineration plant right next to it. And that will start bringing in some electricity. Just bring it across here to there. That works nicely. Now, once this gets switched on, The garbage reserves are huge, and the complex will generate a nice bit of electricity for us. They do need to use that waste transfer facility, so we are going to need to make sure that we are reducing that, making sure that there's plenty of space for us to go to there. The incineration plant over here, they'll continue to work because they are satisfying the area here. Now, over here, we've still got some sick citizens. Now, I don't know why. It looks like it's actually noise pollution. Yeah, so what we could do is just change this from a nightlife spot to something else. We could just put in standard office buildings there to hopefully buffer the noise a little bit. What we have is we do have trees there. Now, what can we do to reduce noise? We go to healthcare. Not quite sure what we've got that can help things out. We've got medical clinics, we've got saunas. But yeah, it's a little bit of an issue with this. What we could do is we could actually move and put some parks in here just to help people be a little bit happier. Or we could demolish some of the clubs and stuff here and replace them with something else. I think that might be a good call. What we'll do is we'll just pause things a little bit. We'll demolish all, in fact, we'll de-zone this area. And then we'll put in a little bit more office. We'll get rid of all of the stuff up here. That can go to there. And also I'll just get rid of this little wedge there. And we'll switch it back to office. And we'll paint on our new office areas. And this will all be tech. So that should hopefully buffer the noise and keep our citizens happier. Once they all disappear. We'll just see if they feel a little bit better after that. And then we should be good to finish off. You can see the residential demand has increased a lot, and hopefully once people are happier, our bank balance will start to increase again. There we go. People are happy again. They're not sick from the noise, and it's all looking a lot better. Aspen Park has new stuff we can add to it, and we also, of course, can add to our amusement park around Cawfields, where we have another football match coming up. But right now, pretty happy with how that's all looking. What's it called? Chirpy Land. Excellent. How many visitors do we have? Let's have a quick look at Cawfields Park. $12 ticket price. We've got 742. We do need to improve the entertainment's pretty good. We just need more visitors. So we don't have a great deal of visitors coming in. Now, what we want to do next is actually build a entrance or a railway station for our tourism. Now, the problem is there's not much space for us to do that with how the city currently looks. So we could create a little bit of a transport hub here that connects everyone up using the metro system. And I think that might be the best thing to do next. So, if we get our cargo terminal, it's there. We could put a little bit of a... Actually, that's a much better idea. So, let's find a way to get a general train terminal here. That will bring in more... What's this? Tram depot. We don't want trams, we need trains. So, right here, we've got a nice train station. It needs to be roadside, so we want to make sure that it's we've got a nice little road to service it. So, we'll put a basic 4-lane road in here, which will go right next to this train line. There we go. Now we're going to need to demolish the track here and then add in our brand new train station. So that goes roadside right there, and then we just line up our track and make sure that it looks nice and straight on. Distance is too short there, so we'll demolish this little bit of track and then add in another one curving out. In fact, I don't want to do that. We're going to demolish that. We'll demolish that. What I think is going to be better is if we have this train station a little bit closer, and we will actually put in a slightly different entrance here. So we'll get that back up and running there. That's good. Now we will add in our new 4-lane road a little bit closer to the city. Still want to make sure it runs parallel to the train tracks. Then we'll add in our train station again. Right there. Or we'll put it closer over here. Like so. Then we're going to... Oh no, that's not going to work either because of the track. Although it might. It might. So if we get this track here and we want it to come all the way along, I kind of want it to curve to here. And then it needs to curve underground. We'll add a straight on. Goes underground there. And then while it's underground, we'll put a curve in. We'll match it up with that train line there. And this one, we kind of want to adjust that. It doesn't really work like that. So we'll grab a new track right here. Come above ground. And then curve into there. Okay, right, that works. Now we've got people to come into our new area. Now we don't want them to go through this industrial district, so we'll just add in a oh, they're gonna have to, because yeah, I had a bit of an issue here. What we'll do though is we will potentially, what we can do is have it go over here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll make a little bridge. With this 4-lane road. I just don't want it to go past all my recycling stuff. Actually, we'll go the other way. We'll have it come here. So, next we want to add in a new monorail metro station. So we'll put that in here now, right there. And then we'll add a new track underground. That branches off, hopefully, on a straight line. Not perfect anyway, but that will do. And then this is just going to loop around. Looks like we've had some changes to our metro lines as well, which isn't amazing. Okay, that works. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put taxis in, because we don't actually have a taxi depot or anything yet. So we'll put in a taxi rank right here next to the train station. You can see where we're going with this. Then we're going to make sure that we can have some more of these dotted around the city. So we can put in some taxi stands now. So I'll put one right outside the train station. We want to put one at Cawfields Park. We want to put one in the new district here where we're going to have hotels and things. That's going to cause the destruction of one building, 2 buildings. Not ideal. We'll put it right here. There. Not amazing, but hopefully another building will pop up in its place. We'll then add another taxi rank in here somewhere if we can find a place for one. There, that's good enough. And then here, just on the edge. And then they will continue on into our main city. So wherever we have like a little bit of a area where we can put one next to another transport hub would be a good idea. That's going to be a really good one. And then we can put one in our new commercial and residential district. We'll put another one here. And we'll just put them in as many places within the city as we can. Because taxis are probably an untapped resource that we've not yet delved into. So it's good to have them. And I think that will do for now, and we'll just see what happens there. So our new public transport terminal has multiple problems. It's missing water and electricity. So let's get that hooked up. In comes the power. And the water. That was pretty easy. Now, I did also notice the prison doesn't have power, so we better sort that out as well. And again, we'll just have that link up right there, directly across. Excellent. Right now, we can hopefully start bringing in some tourists and getting a little bit more money. So I'm going to let this run for a little while before we wrap up, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how things have changed and a little bit of an update on how our public transport is now working. Right, I'll see you at the end. Okay, so this is a disaster. We have had a tidal wave come in and it has swept through Aspen College and Aspen Park and our new residential district. It is not looking good. You can see now the water is continuing to surge forward, and this is going to cause some issues here. It's going to continue sweeping across. It has just about dissipated at Aspen Park, but we are going to need to do a little bit of damage control here. It's continuing to go towards our fisheries here, which isn't good. The boats are really going out there though, and they're still trying to collect fish, but as you can see here, some of our buses are now being swept away by the tide, so we are going to need to address that in future. This isn't good. Hopefully it'll all be sorted, but it's one of the problems with having a bit of a resort on a lakeside, although I don't know where the tidal wave came from, because it just seemed to happen and come straight across here, which is not great. But it looks like things are kind of getting sorted now. We're hopefully going to have things on hand and under control very soon. We do have a disaster response unit in place, but we are losing population. I'm going to speed things up and see how things go. This was not how I wanted this episode to end, but we'll just see what goes on. You can see we've lost a couple of our bus routes, so they're going to need to be replanned, but maybe we'll have to save this one for next episode. So it has been a very good one, a very bitty one. Lots of stuff has happened, and it seems to have been a bit crazy in parts, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and the continued development of Cawfields. We do need, though, to get a new land square unlocked, because we are running short of space. We do need to hit 36,000 to get to that stage, so we're a little bit far off that, and we need to continue going on. Let's see what the 90,000 is, the megalopolis, which is what we'll be aiming for in the long run, and I hope to get that finished before the release of the sequel to City Skylines. The tidal wave continues to rip through our city, which is not good, but the good news is, as it moves through, everything else is kind of getting sorted out, so the flooding is being addressed as we go. The one thing we don't want is for it to reach our farm district, so I'm hoping it just peters out eventually, because it's hitting everything pretty hard at the moment, and we do need to have that sorted. We've had a few buildings lost there, and hopefully we'll get a disaster recovery unit there to sort it all out. This is not good. So we'll just do a little cinematic view of everything that's unfolding around us. So you can see everything looks pretty good there, but as we go to some of the areas that were affected by the floods, it looks a little bit less attractive. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time when we do a little bit of damage control and develop Cawfields further. Bye bye.